Hello and welcome back to Andre Plays / Analyzes the original Unreal. Before we continue on to the next map, the Ceremonial Chambers, I just want to mention a bit about the scuba gear because I didn't actually talk about what it actually does. So if we look at the top right of my screen, I have my half-used flashlight, I have the amplifier which I still haven't used yet, I have 10 flares, translator and scuba gear. So the scuba gear is an item which it's not a collectible. It's not like flares where you can collect more than one of them. It's an item like the flashlight or the amplifier that gets used up. Basically, it turns on automatically when you're in water, so you don't actually have to manually turn it on, turn it off. But basically what it does is when you're in water, it turns on and it allows you to basically breathe in water, so you can swim long distances in water without having to get up for air. However, it only has a minute or two's worth, it only has a few minutes worth of oxygen on it. So it does run out. And when it runs out, the item will disappear and we'll have to find another scuba gear. Anyway, let us continue to the ceremonial chambers. So we go through here. Entering the ceremonial wing, the ceremonial chambers. And that's where we were. But now the stone seal has reappeared and we can't go back. Interesting fact, two interesting facts. First of all, like I said, originally this was all connected into one big map. I mentioned that last video. But secondly, this beginning area of the ceremonial chambers was originally designed as a deathmatch area. You can see the first two chambers, it's sort of all like one sort of self-contained area, and it was originally like a deathmatch map before they decided to actually use it in the ceremonial chambers. Anyway, message here. The inner ceremonial chambers. Here the water god serpents reside to accept the flesh of the weak to be devoured. Only a warrior who swims like the serpent shall escape their clutches. So we have this downstairs place and we're upstairs now. There's a place we can go down here. Oh, damn it, I'm stuck. Find more ammo for our... Oh yeah, that's right, we have the 8-ball now. For our 8-ball, stick of 6 flares, or stick of 6 fires. And we also have this door, which leads to this locked off area. That was brutal with this scar. But now he's calling us, we can't go through there yet. I think this guy just killed him. In that case, I might as well shoot the star. That Nardi wasn't going to open any secret though, it was just going to show us an area. Where did he go? Did he fall down there? I don't know. We'll get to him later. But first, if we go down here. But yeah, don't worry about the Nardi T-barring us. He wasn't actually going to, he wasn't actually going to open any secret. He was just going to show us something. Oh, that scar went around. Okay, so now we are here. We can go in here and we find an automag and another scuba gear. Should I get the scuba gear? I don't want to get it just yet. There's also stuff down there in the water. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff. It's sort of like a lot of ways you can go. I don't want to go to this room yet. I mean, I can go to this room, sure, why not? So this room was actually originally borrowed from another map that didn't make it into the final version, you can see suddenly the thematic change. Like, before we were dealing with water, and now suddenly we're in a room with lava? Like, what the hell was going on there? Similarly, also, the whole point of the last level was to get the 8 ball, and now we have the 8 ball already. So, I mean, sorry, and now this map has the 8 ball. So it's like, what's the deal here, you know? Like, why? Oh, damn it. Like, it sort of defeats the whole purpose of everything we went through last map to find the 8 ball already here for us when we spent all the last map trying to get the 8 ball. So it's a bit of a, as I said, this area was originally borrowed from a different map. I was trying to use the 8 ball to kill him because there were 8 ball and 8 ball bullets here. But yeah, the map was originally called Asarak, and there are some fan-made replications of the map. Reproduction, like, you know, fans trying to sort of like reassemble, remake what the map originally looked like from screenshots and stuff. But either way, let's see here. Now we can go here. This is below that place up there. We have this through the bars. We have this little place here. And we have this more bars that we can go through. So a lot of closed off areas. And that was where we were through here. That's where we got the 8 ball stuff, which we kind of didn't need because we were already full on 8 ball. So we've gone downstairs, I've explored upstairs. The only other way to go is in the water. You can hear the breathing of the scuba gear. You can see that the scuba gear is activated. It's red in the item menu, and you can hear me breathing through it. Now we see a part closed off there by bars, and we see a lever here. So if we swim down here and activate the lever, then these bars, this is actually timed. These bars will open, but only for a limited time. More clips. And then when we press this bar, this lever, this will open all of those areas that were locked with bars before. More clips. My scuba gear seems to have run out. Say, doesn't actually say scuba gear ran out, but it did. So might as well go here and grab a new scuba gear. Just gonna do a normal save. should have probably used the 8-ball because I've got all those 8-ball bullets. Okay, so if we go first to the upstairs gate, this is now open. We can go here, and here we have a assault vest. You can also go this way. Get these ASMD cores. We can go in this room here. Oh. Sergeant William Bradford. My entire squad has been killed by these salamander things. There's no ammo left, and I've been holding up at this shrine with one of the native priests for days. While he prays, I try and keep a watchful eye at the door. This is a little shrine. And there's a Nadi priest here meditating over a super elf. And a long way down. So now, if we go downstairs, those two areas will... I heard something. That's how you use the 8-ball. So now these two areas here are unlocked. First of all, with this one, this is where we were before, up there, and you can drop down here. The stinger, anything in the water. Just some gnarly fruit. More gnarly fruit. I guess this is just how you go if you drop down from the above area. I could actually go upstairs and get some ammo for the 8-ball now that I just used the 8-ball. How do I get back up? Or I could go through that door, but I remember there was ammo up here. And then there's this way to go. Anything in the water? Oh, a flare. I mean, sure, I'll take it. Oh, I just heard the cry of a titan. Once again, there are no titans in this map, but there are these cries to sort of, I guess, tease at future events, future monsters. Now, this is an interesting feature. There's a main door here, and there's this side passage here, which leads up to bars. The point of this is, remember how I mentioned in the introductory video that Unreal was originally not going to be multiplayer, but then they sort of hacked on a multiplayer version kind of late in development? You see, when you play co-op, like right now in the normal playthrough, when you die, and you got to go back to your save. When you play co-op, when you play cooperatively, you can play through these maps, but because you're playing with someone else, when you die, you don't go back to a save. Instead, when you die, you respawn at the beginning of the map with no items, with just a dispersion pistol. So basically, the idea is that you play through the map, you collect weapons, and you can fight monsters but then when you die, you basically reappear at the beginning of the map with just a dispersion pistol. And items don't respawn, but weapons do respawn. So if you pick up a weapon and then you die, and then you can go back and you can find that weapon again in the map. So you can pick up the weapon again, collect your weapons again, and fight monsters again. But things like the ammo and the things like armor and super health and health in general and whatever don't respawn. But the problem is that there are areas like this where once we enter this door, it'll actually lock behind us, so we can't go backwards. The issue is that suppose we were playing the multiplayer version, we went in this door, it locked behind us to trap us in this fight, and then we died. We would be stuck. Because then when we respawned at the beginning of the map, we wouldn't be able to get back into this area because it was sealed. So you can sort of tell they've had to include these sort of things on as like last minute changes. So the idea is that once we enter this door, bars will come down, they will seal us inside, but then these bars up here will open. What this means is it allows players outside to come in, but doesn't allow players inside to come out. This way, you can sort of still trap the players inside, but you don't totally screw it over in the multiplayer mode. You can still have other players from the outside coming in, entering the map, and you can still have other players from the outside come in and entering this locked area, but they just can't leave once they're inside, which is how you want it to be. Anyway, I don't actually need this, but might as well get this ASMD. And yeah, I'll save and let us enter. Got some gnarly right here because this is the beginning of a fight. As you see, there are these bars up here. They will come down and seal us in when we get to a certain point. There are holes in here for monsters to jump down, which they will soon. Some crucified gnarlies. I'll put you out of your misery. We don't want the gnarlies to suffer. Gnarlies, clips. Now suddenly the bar comes down. Another one scar. A third scar. Oh shit, I don't. Whew! Survived that. Now that we've killed all three scars, the bars are still down, but now we should have this bar here has lifted. Clips which I don't need, a lot of clips everywhere that I don't need. Maybe I should have used the automag more. Interesting fact, this water is actually healing. I believe it's this water, it's actually healing water. Like right now, I'll save it, so, because if I damage myself, so now that I'm below 100 health, if I go in this water, is this water that's the healing water? Okay, this water doesn't seem to heal me. Maybe it's a different, I could have sworn it's this water. Maybe it's a different water. Was there another water before then? No, I don't think there was. Maybe it's a different water. Could have sworn. Ooh, this water here definitely doesn't seem to heal, so I must be mistaken. Or maybe it's a difficulty thing. Maybe on some difficulties it doesn't work. I don't know. Either way, let me load again. Press this lever, which calls the lift. Shoot that star. Here's a big rock, I guess. Can we go through it? No, it's just a big white rock. Flashlight's nearly out. This is a Gnarly standing there. Now, let's check to see if there's super health here. Yes, apparently on easy and medium difficulty, there is a super health here. So that once again is more evidence that somehow the difficulty changed to medium or something. Okay, now we press this lever, and this shoots this beam thing. You can actually get that vape balls. Get my balls. Bit of lag. I wonder why, because this is this is an old game. It's not like my processor would have trouble dealing with it. Maybe it's just a problem with, maybe it's a problem that was sort of patched out. Some sort of, maybe it's this pool which is the Healy pool. Okay, let me save. Let me do a normal save. Now let's heal. Yeah, this pool. See, notice my health going up? Yeah, this pool is the Healy pool. Either way. This Gnarly, I think, is meant to lead us. I think this Gnarly is meant to tabar us down to this raft. But because see, the idea is once you hurt a Gnarly in a map, like once you deal damage to a Gnarly, like you shoot a Gnarly or whatever, all the Gnarlies in that map will be scared of you and they won't help you anymore. Unless they're specifically programmed to like always help you. So in general, once this Gnarly I think was meant to tabar us and show us the raft. But which isn't necessary to beat the map, or it isn't even, you don't even need the Gnarly to get on the raft. You can get on the raft without the Gnarly. But I think because we may have shot a Gnarly before, or I don't know, somehow a Gnarly was damaged by us somehow. So this Gnarly's scared of us and doesn't want to help us, but it will be reset next map. Some Pteridium crystals. So usually that Gnarly would show us down this raft and we get on the raft with the Gnarly, but we can just get on the raft without the Gnarly. Oh, does the Gnarly need to activate the raft? I think the Nani needs to actually use its magic. Nani needs to use his magic to send the raft going. But it doesn't matter, we can just swim there. It's not a huge swim. Oh, now the raft activates. Weird, maybe we just had to step further than the middle of it. Oh, the Nani did just run there and activate the raft, I think. Who knows? Either way, we're on the raft, la-di-da-di-da. There's a bit of a glitch. This is locked, but we can press this, which will unlock this. And now, when we fall down here, we enter the next map, the Dark Arena. So, I will save here, and I will see you guys next time for the Dark Arena.